Hello everybody, welcome in. How are you guys doing today? My draw, welcome. Let's jump in. Let's make sure I got some things going here. Alright. We got print cam going again today. Look at it, it's printing. It's also about an hour into that print, so we should be able to see more stuff. Let's see, where am I? Yeah, it's a little over an hour in. So, yeah. Seeing some crazy stuff going. One second, guys. 1 second. Okay, alright, we're back. Let's get painting. You guys ready? What did we say? Dark green brown is our color. How you doing, Mydro? How are we all today? Get some paint here. These are Taun Taun riders. So these models are just the generic squad. They come in a squad of 2. Just a pair. That's what these are. Funny enough, their Tauntauns are exactly the same as like Luke and Han's. So like this is Luke, and his Tauntaun is the same one, which is funny and kind of, well, I guess its foot isn't up. Okay, it has a different leg on one side, but yeah. And then there's the running one here that goes with Han. Here's my Han. And I think this Tauntaun is on a slightly elevated position, but otherwise it's the same. So, kind of funny that they did that. But, we're going to paint them nonetheless. And we're going to start with our dark green brown. Is that what that is? Yeah, dark green brown. And I need to look up, where's my pictures of the Taun Taun riders. Another funny thing, so I don't have an actual box of these minis. I bought this from the Echo Base Defenders set. So I had a bunch of stuff in it, and they were just included. But the actual set for these minis, the artwork and the painted minis have 2 completely different uniforms. So that's fun. Thought that was an interesting kind of side bit, but we'll make it work. We're gonna paint these very similar to Luke and Han, so it won't be bad. We've painted a lot of these. We've used these colors a lot already. What's going on, Cultured American? How you doing? So, next week, I'm trying to figure out how I can do this because I'm typically pretty busy on Mondays, but trying to figure out if I can stream on Monday and what that would look like. Because Monday's May 4th, and that's Star Wars Day. I feel like streaming on Star Wars Day is kind of a classic thing that I've done for years, and that I should be doing. Imagine it look like it does now. Yeah, probably pretty similar. Yeah, me sitting here walking into the void painting some kind of Star Wars miniature. I think that's a fair assumption. Alright, these guys have like a vest jacket thing. Oh, hold on, I gotta do something. Gotta brighten this up, you guys tell me. I look better? I just look washed out. Except this void talks back, yeah. This void types back. Hey, Frankie Fingers, what's going on? Scarf. The positioning of the different outfit things is making me regret painting this vest brown already. Yeah, I do different on the other rider. Just do more of our white colors here. Probably not a bad idea. Rebels are never the best at having coordinated uniforms, so okay, we'll keep the helmet white. Vest here. Will be white. I think that's about it. I think that's it on that guy. What's all this then about Twitch weekly watch rewards? I don't know. What is that? Somebody explain. Getting ready for work. Nice. It's a Twitch weekly watch reward. Huh. I have no idea. 3 days this week of absorbing TPD and I get bonus points. Oh, okay, okay. You guys want bonus points? Get bonus points. It's not like a timer, it's just tune in. Kind of like the watch streaks, or is it like you have to watch for so long to get it? Yeah, I don't know who would sit here and watch me 3 days a week. Sounds ridiculous. This week 200 points, then 250, 300, finals 350. Okay. Oh, cool. All right. Good deal. That thing painted, and then this shoulder part here. Scarf. For some reason they all have brown scarves. I feel like a white scarf would make more sense, but this looks cool, so. Okay. I think that might be it for this many. Let's go with it and roll with that. So next color. Oh, no. I need the saddle pieces here. Darn. We can get base colors and wash on these done today. I'll be happy. I will just mention my neck is killing me today. I thought it would get better, but it has gotten worse. So I don't know how long I'm going to sit here hunched over minis and painting right now. But if I can get some stuff done, if I can hurry up and get some good progress now, I won't feel as bad. Yeah, I think it's... I don't know. I've been messing with my pillows a bit and trying to figure out how that's helping or hurting me. But I think it's more, combination of my daily life is sitting here hunched over a desk for, and like for many hours a day, and then I've been working out a lot, and I thought it would just go away, and like just kind of hoping it'd go away, and I'm not doing a lot proactively to help it. So aside from like stretching every once in a while, but I think what I'll do when I'm done with stream is I'll just go ice. A bit of flow improver down. No, my old has set in years ago. I was in my 20s when I first started having neck issues, but I also I worked in a warehouse driving a reach truck, so it was always just like craning my neck just day in, day out, and it destroyed my neck. And it's been look at me. Is that not working? Was the notification not working? Yeah, my neck has been much better since I've not worked there the past, years at this point, but it still gets you sometimes. Oh, painting the Vespid. Okay. Nice. And even making them yellow. Crazy. Crazy, dude. What kind of colors you putting on my draw? Guys, check out my draw's work. Painting Vespid. Yellow Jacket Hornet. Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool. Yeah. I love it, and good luck. What yellow did you use on those? Like some kind of contrast or speed paint or something, right? Turbo Door color shift. Oh, cool. I've never used the color shift paints, but I've heard they're pretty difficult to use. And kind of a weird paint overall. But you'll have to let us know if you like it. They turn out well for you. Lemon Yellow Vallejo, or Vallejo. Casandora Yellow Shade. Oh, okay, nice. So not a contrast or speed paint. Literally just classic paints. Good deal though. I love it. I love the vibrant yellow. See? It's best to use them over a black primer. A lot of people put down their base coat and didn't work as well. Yeah, well I've heard like they're tough to use with a brush. So like airbrushing is like the way to go with them. And they're very like hydrophobic paints, so they're really tough to paint over. Are the things that's just what I've heard though. I've not had any experience with them. So I guess something to look out for if you happen to catch any of those. Okay. We got a saddle. Let's get the other saddle. My son had soccer practice last night and he is really not liking it. I kind of feel bad. His coach, the new coach, we've had the same coach for a few years now and he's not coaching, so he has a new coach. And she said your first time coaching, anything, which is fine. And apparently she also played soccer in high school, so she has experience playing soccer. I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, my son's coach didn't play soccer before, he just coached because his kids wanted to. So like, that's pretty cool. He's gonna have someone who's an actual like soccer player coach. Well, the way she coaches is kind of like very passive, if I could put it that way, where she ran, I think, one drill with the kids in this practice, and they did an hour and a half practice. So they took a full hour and a half. They ran one drill, And then they did a scrimmage with their team, their own team. And in the scrimmage, she divides the kids into teams, and then has the teams decide what, who's playing what position. And my son likes to play defender, so he picks defender, and then they just play. And then the coach is not like correcting anybody on anything. She's just kind of watching them play. And what has happened every practice now is my son plays defender because that's what he likes to play. So he's like, yeah, my position's defender, I'm going to play defender. But then his team, he keeps getting put on the same kid's team, and those kids keep the ball on the other end of the field the whole time. So my son is doing something I've never seen him do in soccer, where he's just sitting in the field during the scrimmage, because he will go a full 40 minutes without the ball coming to their half of the field. And so it's him and two other kids on their team that just they played defender or goalie, and they just sit there. They just sit in the grass while all the other kids are like playing a game, and the coach doesn't acknowledge like any of the kids. She's just watching them all play. And likes discipline. Children not only need but want guidance. Yeah, you just touching grass. Yeah. Well, it's lame because I can tell he's bored. And my son he's a short kid, so he's one of the smallest kids on his team. He's also one of the younger kids on his team, but the other kids just kind of dismiss him. They're like, yeah, he's playing defender, and then they just they don't bother. But she's not making the kids change positions. She's not like teaching the kids or like setting up scenarios so kids can get practice. It's just, okay, scrimmage, and then my son's team, now for 2 practices that they've done this, the kids on his team just have the ball on the other side of the field the whole time, and they're just kicking and scoring goals and playing and everything while she stands on the sidelines and watches. And then when stuff like penalties happen and everything, she doesn't give any guidance with that. So kids are doing throw-ins, but they're doing throw-ins incorrectly. Or they're doing corner kicks, and they're doing corner kicks incorrectly. And she's just letting them work it out. And, my wife and I at this point were like, well, our son's, he's going to stay with it. We're not going to, like, leave the league or anything. But we're really curious to see the first game when they start playing and our team starts doing everything wrong because they have no idea, and then the refs start calling everything, and then our team does nothing, but they just commit like 30 penalties in the game or whatever. Yeah, no, I'm not coaching. Also, I've seen the kids on his team, and I'm not coaching those kids, so I am more happy with my choice to not coach. We practice next to another team, and they are doing like constant stuff. They're doing drills, and the coach is getting up there and teaching the kids what to do. Like, we can see what they're doing, and then our coach just, the last 20 minutes of their practice, she was just standing like talking to her husband on the sidelines. It was wild. Like, yeah, my son he's saying the kids are arguing and saying nasty things to each other and everything. And the coach actually sent a message this morning to everybody, and it was basically saying like, hey, we're a team, we're all on the same side, like, I don't want to see any or hear about any bad attitudes, there's going to be a problem, and we're going to continue scrimmages for practice. And I was just like, it's like, okay, so thanks for telling kids not to argue with each other, but then you're just going to continue just like not doing anything. Yeah, it's pretty frustrating though. Makes think of my son's baseball season at this place where he had never played baseball before, and he wanted to try baseball, so we signed up for baseball. And his team, they did like 3 practices before their first game, and my son didn't touch his baseball bat at practice in any of those 3 practices. So he had no idea, like from his coaches, no idea, like no guidance on like how to hit a ball or anything like that. Like I was showing him like how to swing and everything, like I was trying to go through this stuff with him. But the fact that, my 7-year-old was doing baseball and they never did one like hitting practice. Their team was terrible, by the way. Those kids were also pretty awful, like to each other and to the other teams. Might be a lot of the same kids. So, had a conversation with my son about it though, and basically said, "Hey, you focus on you. You be the best you that you can be. And if the season's not great, it's not great. We'll figure it out next time what we're doing different. But don't act like these kids. Don't pay attention to them if they're not going to be any good. And when you go out there and you play your defense or whatever, you just play as hard as you can. And if it's during a game and you're sitting down in the grass because there's literally nothing to do the entire game, I mean, that means your team's winning. So, it'll be boring, but figure out a more active, better league next year. Should be rotating. Yeah, exactly. They should be. Yeah, this is definitely still the age where kids should not be sitting in one position for an entire game. Um, it should be every kid playing everything just to make sure they're in. And we've played against. There's always like one team in the league that they do like extra practices and they always go crazy, and then they keep their kids in very specific positions and that's all they do. And then they end up winning because they play super try hard and are like always intense about it and everything. But yeah, I don't particularly care if his team wins that much. Get him one win in the season, I'm happy. But yeah, they should be moving around doing different stuff. Yeah, but the coach isn't even correcting them. Like they're throwing the ball in wrong. Like these kids are just, they get the ball and they're like, it's a throw, and they run into the field and just like chuck it with one hand. And like I'm 99% sure that that's against the rules and not how you're supposed to do throw-ins. Yeah, okay, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I've watched enough soccer to learn how a throw-in works. But they just throw it in like that, and she's just ignoring it. She's not doing so much leeway. Unwilling coach to do anything you didn't want. That's fine. You can be judgmental, Mydro. I see how this is. The ball wrong, it turns over. Yeah, that's what happens in the leagues we play. The league we play in also. Yeah, if they throw it in wrong, it's the other team gets it. I think there is a very big difference in not wanting to coach and wanting your kids coached properly. I think those two things can coexist. Alright. It's going to be for claws and horns on the tawns here. This, yeah, it's voluntary, yeah. Yeah, that's kind of my opinion. Cultured, where, yeah, of course it's voluntary, and she's given up her time, and that's commendable, and everything. And like I said, it's her first time coaching. But like making a mistake is one thing, but just like standing off on the sidelines while the kids do everything is something entirely different. What's up, John Lockridge? How you doing? Just bugging you out again? Oh, weird. Oh, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it's doing that. Cultured Americans not showing up. Morning, Jaded Valkyrie. How are you today? Warren's there. Sure isn't YouTube comments. No, there are YouTube comments. But get all my energy for the day. Dang. That's cool though. I mean, if there's something that's gonna take your energy, you probably want a hike to be the thing, right? Like that's a healthy activity. Like, dude, I just watched this TV show for 3 hours and now my energy's just gone. Enough ice on this cubed space. Yeah, I'd like to stream on May 4th. It's Monday. This coming Monday. I think I'll paint some Star Wars minis. This might be a later stream because I have stuff I gotta get done. A date last night. Oh, dang. Alright. Oh, you went to the gym with your wife? Oh, cool. Did you get a membership to like a private gym, or did you get the like a Y membership? What did you end up choosing? My draw, it wasn't an accident. You blocked him on purpose and for good reason, I'm sure. I don't blame you. Bring me the hydro spanner, alright. Plant Fist. It is icky but affordable, yeah. Good luck if you ever want to cancel your membership. But otherwise, no, congrats, dude. That's awesome. Oh, bot. What are you doing? Sure, I'll give you another reason to block me shortly, yeah. Yeah, the mod is a bot. It's a good bot, Siri bot. It was a recommendation from Crucial Blue, I believe. One, all right. Print stream, yep. What's up, Dundersnuff? Yeah, we got the print. Is it showing up yet? That's almost peeking out. Okay. Go home early today. Oh, cool. Congrats. Son of lightning. Explain. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Let's keep going. Templar contrast. Actually, let's do our warm brown first. Hopefully your finals go well. Then we'll do Black Templar. My son is doing state testing today. He's got math today. The kid's super confident in math. He's a really smart kid, so I'm sure he'll be doing fine. Math is... I always enjoyed math, and was my... if not my favorite subject, it was my easiest subject. Conference starts this week for my kid, so he'll be off school for the next 2 days. Oh, okay. Your last day of quiet. Son's done with the school year in May. His school year's over before my wife's school year's over, so his big request is he wants to stream with me. So we will definitely be streaming together. 2 weeks before summer semester. Yeah. That's a lot, but it's better to get it over with. Saving your dad jokes. Good, yep. Errors too often in math. I'm not sure if it's ADHD or something wrong with my brain holds numbers. Yeah. I think that's really common, especially with like more advanced math, is the errors you make in more advanced math are like dumb things. Like, man, why did I write out that 2 plus 2 is 5? You know, like that's... or like 3 times 3 is 6 or something, you know, like... I always thought that was like the most common errors. You know, my son's in 3rd grade, and so his math is, you know, obviously not quite as advanced, but he was telling me, because one of the things we talk about is, you know, double and triple check your answers. And he told me yesterday he did his part 1 of his math test, and one of his questions was, what's 8 times 8? You know, it's a multiple choice question. It's, you know, pretty, you know, we'd think it's pretty simple, but he said when he was double checking his answers, he went through and he saw that he actually checked the answer that was 640, not 64, and he was really happy he caught himself. I was like, yep. I was like, that's why we double check, and we assume we're wrong while we're double checking, so we can not just get our confirmation bias. Yeah. 5 plus 2 is 10. Yeah, it's that kind of stuff. Yep. That Terrence Howard map? What? I don't get the reference. Sorry. Explain math. Oh, that 1 times 1 is 2. Oh, okay. One of those people. I was younger. Huh. I think, I'm not sure your age, Jaded Valkyrie, but, when I was a kid in math, it was very much the teacher taught you like a way to solve a problem, and that's the way you had to learn to solve the problem. And I think you're about my age. Okay. So I think more modern math, and people make fun of this a lot. It gets a lot of memes and stuff, but the more like modern technique for teaching math is teaching multiple methods to solve the same problem. And at first it's really jarring because you look at like I look at some of my son's homework and I'm like, I have no idea what they're trying to do here. I don't understand. But then they'll do the same problems like the next day, and it's stuff that I understand. And it's you just have to realize that different, like every kid learns in different ways, right? Especially like math, our brains process numbers a lot differently than other people's. Um, so it's there's a lot of like I don't understand how to do it this way, but I can do it this way so I can get it done, kind of thing. The new math. I mean, yeah. But it seems it's a really good idea, even though there's ways that my son solves problems that doesn't make sense to me. He still gets the solution, and that is what's important. Like he figures out something that clicks with him, and that's what you do. That's the whole point of it. I don't know what the Abeka math. I don't know what that is, or Abeka. The tens and subtract method as a kid. It's wrong or slower, and now that's how they teach. Yeah, it's one of the ways they teach it, right? Yeah, because a lot of us are math teachers when we were growing up. They had their way; they solved it, and that was what they learned, and that's what they knew was right. And so it was things just feeding off of that. We got that on that many. We'll need to do silver and bronze. Kind of get into the rest of this. Wash and such. Math. Just learn tricks to compute things. Yep. I think that's a big key with math, though, is figuring out those little tricks, the like mental tricks to solve it. I took like algebra 2 in high school, And what our teacher would do was it every week? I can't remember if it was every week or like twice a week. We would we would take a quiz, and we knew it was always happening on the same day and everything. But it was just, it was one sheet of paper. It had a bunch of simple math problems, but it was like, 2 squared, 2 cubed, 2 to the power 4, 2 to the power 5, all the way through 10, 2 to the 10th power. And you just had to solve it. And then it was like 1 squared through 25 squared. And that was the whole quiz. It was the exact same quiz every week. And he gave us 2 minutes to complete it. So what is that? 35 questions or something around there, and it was 2 minutes. And the idea was you commit it to memory, right? But you figure out your little mental notes on like how things work and like how it goes together. Yeah, it's memorization, but like that is important memorization, but even like the first month is you just trying to like figure it out. And like you're doing that like quick math, right? But yeah, I guess after a while it is just memorization, isn't it? You struggled on business math, or you're good at calc? Yeah. I did not like calculus. I didn't take a lot of advanced math classes, but I took calculus, and it made me uncomfortable because it was the first time I'd ever done math where it wouldn't click with me. I couldn't figure out like why I was doing something, or like why I was putting this number here, or like what, and that messed with me. Open book Chem 2 final, nice. The multiplication chart, yeah, yep. My son was doing that when he was 3. These little rank things. Got laid off from a job when my son was 3, and right around COVID. And so I was home with him, and every day we would do reading and writing practice and like numbers and all this stuff. We had some books that were like, learn how to write, and we do that every day. And this kid, teaching him how to write letters or how to read was like pulling teeth. It was terrible. But when it came to like math, I'd put like an addition problem in front of him and he loved it. He was like all about it. So school is for fools. All right, I'll let him know, John Lockridge. I'll let him know. Pull everything down in terms of addition and subtraction. Yeah. Like school, if you get too much stuff almost instantly. Yeah. You forgot how to write? That's pretty extreme. But I mean, the point of school, like, you're not supposed to remember everything the first time it's told to you. That's why, we go for multiple years and we do a lot of like review and over different subjects like that. Okay, one thing I messed up on here. I think it was the jacket. No, I did the jacket part. Okay. You just need a couple metallics. Oh, wow. Okay, Peter. All right, all right. No judgment here. That's wild. Let's go learn how to use AI. Yeah. I don't know. My son isn't doing a lot with AI in school, but he was talking about how they had a math class or something, and in the math class, not math, no, it was art class, and they were like doing AI generation of like images and stuff, and I was really weirded out by that. I did not like that. Hey, I do. So I'll show you my Han and Luke here in a second. They're chilling with me, but these are just the regular ones. These are the plain Jane Taun Taun. The new plastic ones, though, that came in the Echo base set. No, that should all be bronze. My bad. Silver. What's up, Phaedros? How you doing? We got a Legion player in the house. Death No Public Schools. Gets figured out how bad our schools really are. Yeah, I mean, I'm always hoping for improvement, but, you know, it's like... We expect a lot and take funds away, and... You know, like, it seems like our culture is a lot about blaming people instead of, like, wanting to help people, and, like, that makes it hard to be a teacher. And... Yeah, I think there's a lot of factors into it. Yep, more Legion. More Legion. Oh, Crucial Blue. What's going on, man? What's going on? No, that's bronze also. Okay, are these my silver? No, these are silver. These bits are... Work last night, napped a bit this morning. Very nice. Sounds like a good morning. Tell me what colors to use for models. It tells you purple all the time, doesn't it, Peter? Those AI apps love telling people to use purple on minis. Goodies you got on the table to build. I saw on Instagram, is it the Legion, all the Separatist minis? It's good advice. Yeah, purple is a great color, so. Yeah, I saw it, dude. That's so cool. What have you been working on right now? Like, is there something in particular you're like more excited to get into? Okay. We got that silver. Let's get the silver on. Another mini here. Painted one of your orcs purple, and now I can't find it. Yeah. Have you ever seen a purple orc? Nor have I. Green and bone. That's why my Marines are all green, black bone. Okay, okay. Yeah, so it's giving you some different color. It's telling you to make Dark Angels. I see Grok is a heretic, apparently. No surprise, honestly, with Grok. Seen a purple Urk? No, I have not. The wheel bikes. Oh, cool. Okay. Just in the super tacticals. I have a my super tactical is one of my favorite minis. It's Kalani. I painted it. The green and like the yellow tattoos on him and stuff. It's really cool. Asmodai, what? Oh yeah, you're trying to get me. Hey, listen. Dark Angels players normally admit it more than anybody else. Open book, multiple choice. Dang, Dundersnuff. That's awesome. Good luck. It's still not too bad. Yeah. Quite a few Dark Angels players are all like, especially the Heresy players are funny because, you know, every time we do a Heresy event, it's Loyalists versus Traitors, and every time, you know, we're never like even on who's on the Loyalist side, who's on the Traitor side, and every time a Dark Angels player will speak up and they're like, I can play Traitor. They're like, it makes sense anyway, every time. It's not, you know, the Mechanicum player or the Solar Ox or the, you know, whatever. It's Loyalist versus. If it's like an event, no. Yeah, it's every time, dude, every time. So half the time, Dark Angels end up playing. They end up playing Traitor, which is appropriate. Yeah, yeah, flu, yeah. To attack with spider legs and electro staff? That's wild. That's really cool. Hey Zen, what's going on, man? I'm playing Trader Guard in our 500 Worlds campaign. Oh, cool. Yeah, Trader Guard are fun. Maybe they'll get a little more love one of these days. The 40k side. Okay, Zen. Okay, question. Honest question. How willing are you to play a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles video game? Paint drive and yeah, we're gonna pick all the boring things. I'm literally gonna get another live stream and it's just gonna be my front lawn. We're gonna watch grass grow. Turtles in Time. No. So there is a roguelite like hack and slash game that's TMNT called Splintered Fate. And me and Blue have been playing it the past couple days. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, it's on Steam. Yeah. It's a roguelite and it's a co-op game. And at first it's like we were playing at first and we're like, it's okay, yeah, it's fine, like it's cool, it's a hack and slash. And then like we got into it more and like, yeah, this game's fun. And we were messing around with like combos of upgrades and stuff and yeah, it's good. You know, and I think Blue, the boss that the one that we lost on in that last run we did, I think that's the final boss of the run. Like, I think that's it. I think you win if you beat him. I could be wrong, but I think that's it. Yeah, the dot builds are wild. Yeah, we were we were just dashing through people and like catching them on fire and poisoning them or whatever, and it was hilarious. Yeah, the Department of Transportation builds. Yep. Well, what this game vaguely reminded me of, only because I played it recently, but there was a TMNT arcade game where you just have like the four turtles, and you're just like in an area and you fight the ninjas and then you just move on, and like it's a lot like that, but it's a roguelite. It's like more modernized. I think that's it for Bronze. It's a pretty like simple gameplay loop. Yeah, it's fun. We have to play the underwater level over and over. Turtles in Time final boss was Super Shredder. Okay, okay. I think this is it for base colors. I think we're gonna put a wash on here and see where we go. I know I gotta paint his skin, both their skin, but we'll get there. So as far as a wash goes, we're gonna use this brown wash again.
It's clean. It's cold. Now that's what I call high quality H2O.
Absolutely. Take a drink and stretch. All right. Two screws came undone in your 3D printer. Oh, well, I'm glad you fixed it. Yeah, I've played it solo a little bit. It's a lot easier solo. I get way further solo, I feel like, in a just a normal run. But with teammates, you like combo everything. Yeah, it seems like it'd be really good. Okay. We got wash, I think. You know what? Nope. Need a little more silver. Just got it. Zen, have you been playing any TCGs this week? Or are you like taking a break? Glimmer Ooze Dash build, yep. It feels weird talking about Ooze. But the Ooze build seemed really good. Too many. Oh, dang, okay. So much for being burnt out and taking a break. Jeez. Okay. Get this wash. Tonight? Place that's cool. Yeah. Well, if you want to play, we might try some. I don't know if Blue's up for and some more tonight during the hangout or not. the wash on this guy. This is the Procro Brown wash, which is, you end up using it quite a bit, but it's very different from usual brown washes that you'll see from paint companies, because this is like a true brown wash and not like a black brown. And tomorrow we're going to do a giveaway. So I'm going to paint a 40K mini and give it away. I'm going to try to paint it in one stream. And send it off. Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Yeah, no problem. I'm going to paint a Gene Stealer called Benefactus. So, the big brain guy. That's what we got. Okay. He is washed. Let's get this other one. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Thank you for the bits, man. Actually got this mini a couple months ago. They did giveaways for other things. And just kind of sat on the shelf. Painting Son picked this out to give away. So this was his choice. May have been selfish. Yeah, you're the only one that uses it. Yep. That's right. As long as somebody enjoys it. Best $1 spent daily. More wash down. I might need to go get some more wash this weekend. I don't think I have a spare bottle of this. Let's check and see. I do have an extra bottle of brown wash. I have about 25 bottles of paint that are just spares sitting in a drawer. That are ready to go at a moment's notice. And I still don't have what I need half the time. You have a meeting at 1. Okay. That's cool, man. Zen, what do you want to do on Friday? You want to play a game or something? Just want to hang out? You pick a game, I'd be happy to play it. If that's what you want to do. If you want to play something simple, I can pull out. I don't have a lot, but I can show you how to play Star Wars X-Wing, the original X-Wing, and show you how easy that game was to learn. Otherwise, if there's something else you got too. I just want to play a game of something. I haven't played anything in far too long, so hang out and roll dice or something. Playing Commander Magic, dude. If you want to play Commander Magic and you want to show me how, that's fine. I'll play Commander Magic. Can you write off all your paint purchases? I can. Yes, yes, I can. This is my business, and paint is a business expense. So, yes. Am I saying that everyone should stream and get their affiliate status just so they can call painting miniatures on stream a business? Maybe. Maybe that's what I'm saying. X-Wing was easy to learn. What do you mind showing me before I knew how to... Yeah, Blue, I learned how to play X-Wing by watching streams online. Like, I knew the rules before I ever, like, touched a mini in person. Because I watched, it was the first X-Wing Worlds tournament, and they just had, it's a 3x3 mat, they had an overhead camera, and the guy just talked you through what they were doing, and you can watch it and learn how to play. It's crazy. So yeah, I learned how to play. Wouldn't add up enough to bother itemizing it. It will if it's like a business expense, right? But yeah, as far as like, yeah, it's like a total deductible income and stuff, but yeah, you have to break the 15K. Okay, we got those. We got those. That's there. Put you back up there. We're going to, we already have that color out. Let's do two things. We'll get a big brush here. That's correct. California's one of the worst offenders. Okay. Last week, Zen's like, I'm so tired of card games, I need to take a break. And this week, he's like, I'm going to play all week, and then I'm going to play with TPD. Show him how to play Magic. Don't qualify. Yeah. Yep. My dad was a mechanic his whole, career for 40 plus years, and I remember he bought so many tools as never tax deductible, and he worked with a guy who was deaf, and part of the deaf guy's disability was that he got like an amount of money to spend on tools, and it was like tens of thousands of dollars every year, and this was in early 2000s or whatever. I remember my dad always being just so mad about that. He's like, this guy's a terrible mechanic. Why is he getting all this stuff? He's like, I'm taking out loans to buy, updated tools because I need to do my job. And play Sauron. Alright, you want me to play Sauron? I'll play Sauron deck. Sleeves I have for TFC. Oh, reading the card explains the card. Yeah. I hope that I've played enough games to kind of grasp, the basics. Hey, I played Magic the Gathering a lot when I was younger for an entire weekend. Alright, we played it all the time. Then after that weekend, the 5 of us who got into it never touched it again. So, hand on my desk. It's always been an issue. Isn't it crazy though? A CEO can have a private jet they fly to work from out of state, and that's tax deductible. Or a billionaire can get 4 yachts and they're all tax deductible. But an automotive mechanic has to buy tools to perform their job, and it's not. Good stuff. Just can't run off with it. Teachers can, but there's a very strict limit. So it's like $500 a year or something. But then again, when you have the like standard deduction is like 15K. Like spending $500 or getting the $500 deduction as a teacher is worthless. Yeah. I agree with that, Blue. Oh, all right. What do we got? This wash is not dry. I immediately exceed the... Yeah. Ugh. Getting these Taun Tauns dry brushed will be like the first thing to do when they dry. What I can do while I wait, I can grab... What was my color? Was this my color? Maybe it was. I already have this. Okay. This brush really good. You know what? There's a different brush. How about that? We have our artillery crew here. Just gently going over here, grabbing the raised parts. This base seems like such a massive base for this small mini. But whatever. All right. Slightly lighter brown. Oh, hanging off the base. Yeah, yeah. Oh, the jump pack intercessors. Like there's a world where, you know, they should have had a base about halfway in between what this is and this base. They could have done something with that, but what kind of snow to use? Liquid super glue. Yeah, yeah. You want me to show you guys how I use it? Here, I'll show you. I'll put on some minis. So I'm done with that. I got a couple minis to put this stuff on, so you go get a good demonstration here. So you guys to the side, just in case. I put that lid on. Let's get Han Solo. So he needs to off of his base here, but you see he's got like his muddy looking base. This was the only liquid super glue I could find. Look at this tiny little container of super glue though. Isn't it like adorable? It doesn't seem like a lot of super glue, but it still has most, if you can see it in there, it's got most of the super glue, and I use this on Luke and the snow speeder. But this super glue, and then we use this other material here. And I have long since forgotten the exact name of this product, but I know it was Gale Force 9. Yeah, the thin side, it does go a long way, yeah. But this is the actual snow material, and it's not a static grass, it's like a blended plastic, maybe. White blended plastic or foam, maybe it's just foam. But John Locker, did you play Star Wars Galactic? Yeah, I loved Galactic Battlegrounds. I still have it from GOG. I downloaded it. Yeah, the expansion with the episode 2 clones and CIS army, fantastic. Yeah, great game. Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds, fantastic. So all I do here, let's move some stuff to the side. Use it when I turned pins and rings. Big bottle of it. I've had it for 5 years. Dang, okay, alright. So all I do, I just put like a healthy amount of CA glue. And I can do Solo's base all at once because his base isn't too big. But something like the airspeeder would need multiple rounds just because I don't want this glue drying. But you can put it on pretty heavy. You don't have to put it on super heavy, but and once this dries out, you can also go back through with another round and like touch up stuff. It's not like it's a one and done. You just can't get glue off. Like once you put this down, it's there. So okay. We take this guy and we're just going to gently submerge the whole mini Just like that, and he's gonna sit there. And look, it's all thematic now. Look, he's riding on his Taun Taun in the snow. Big fan of Trade Federation. Yeah, the Trade Federation and the Gungans. But I did like, I love the Rebels because they got bonus to their Air Force minis, so like X-Wings, you know, and like Y-Wings and stuff. That's awesome. The Republic was great because you could just train Jedi. They just had like generic Jedi Padawans, Knights, and Masters that were really fun. And the Gungans because they had the mobile shield generators, which was super cool. You're using CA glue and finding that it dusts the nearby area while curing. Place item you glued in front of a fan. This minimizes dusting, frosting. Oh, dang, okay. That's good. I never knew that. Was by the CA off gassing while curing. I had no idea. Oh no, oh no, someone did say Gungans. He said Gungans. They're so great though. Alright. So we can let that dry for just another minute though before we do more. Give it a good whack here. And more will kind of come off as it finishes drying and curing and everything. But in general, like that's a snowy base, right? Like there's snow on the ground here. And that's it. The worker glugs. I don't remember that. I do remember they had a really strong navy though. Like that was their jam. I'll get my Cassian Andor as well. I think he was finished painting. Come here, Cassian. Appropriate, he's wearing a heavy coat. Oh, they're standard workers, like little weirdos. Okay. Yeah, it's easy. It's easy. I learned this on my old Dark Eldar. Actually, like I have these Harlequins here that I had from like years and years ago. It's the exact same stuff on the Harlequins base. Was it? So I based all my Dark Eldar. It's been a long time since I've played Galactic Battlegrounds, though. Droidicas were amazing. Man, yeah, I don't remember this game too much. Fun time with the modern version, new factions. You have like Mandalorians and First Order and stuff. There's got to be mods out there. Are there mods for that game? Who's modding? Let's see. Wars Galactic Battlegrounds mods. Expanded fronts. Expanding fronts. New civs. Oh, haha, that's funny. Okay, so the features for the Expanding Fronts mod came out in 2016. New civilizations, 7 new playable civilizations: the Zan Consortium, Geonosians, First Order, Resistance, New Republic, Imperial Remnant, and Black Sun. There you go. Units, technologies, new maps. In fact, they came with shields and a faction didn't have prefab housing. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that game. So thought Dark Angels would be a fun army to base in snow effects, but I never found one I really cared too much for, so I went with some basic nondescript stone. Yeah, I think that's a safe bet though. Like, most factions in Warhammer are going to look good with like Ruin, you know, kind of stony. Terrain on their base and stuff. Like, that's fine. Okay, we'll put that away just for now. I think before I do anything with this turret team, I want to paint the base rim on it. So I'll paint the base rim while waiting for these Taun Taun. I don't think these Taun Tauns are going to dry before I decide to call it, but the campaigns in that game were tough, though. I remember that. Yeah, the Wookiees had their own faction, didn't they? My goodness, I don't remember a ton about that game. I think that game was a pretty big deal too, because it all the factions had a unique look, which was different from like classic Age of Empires, where most of your units looked exactly the same, or at least followed like cultures and stuff. And this had like, yeah, they had the Berserkers, yeah, which are in Star Wars Legion, which is great. I always felt like they took that from Galactic Battlegrounds, that whole idea. I think that game for me though was pretty quickly overshadowed by Empire at War. When Empire at War came out, I was all in on that game. I came back to Galactic Battlegrounds a couple times because you could play Clone Wars stuff, and the original Empire at War you couldn't. But yeah, Empire at War was more my jam. The space battles and the big, you know, galactic scale of everything, and the old Tauntauns here. X-Wing, Y-Wing Blitz's early game were fun. Yeah. Oh, Bombers and Empire at War are just broken. Yeah. Yeah, anybody here who enjoyed Empire at War, I just want to let you know it is available on Steam with the Forces of Corruption DLC. But that game has a huge modding community, and you can find mods for a ton of different stuff. But like mods are still updating, and there's new mods being made, like complete overhauls and everything. And like that is a modern, like grand strategy RTS at this point with the mods that you get for it. And there's Clone Wars mods. There's like Empire Civil War mods, there's New Republic era mods, there's all kinds of stuff when it comes to Star Wars, and that game is incredible. It's great how it is. Yeah, there are a ton of them. Heroes were stronger if you kept your capital ships out of the fight, as long as you just drowned the rebels in ties. It kind of was the thing, wasn't it? The capital ships were good, though, because you invested a ton of money into them, but their chances of dying were lower. Like, they could tank a lot more, even if, like, fighters would mess with them. But, so like if you buy like 5 Corvettes as opposed to the 1 Imperial Star Destroyer, like 3 of those Corvettes might die, and that's money you have to spend to replenish them, right? That was always like the thought about it. Yeah, Thrawn's Revenge is a really big one. Awakening of the Rebellion is possibly the most popular one, and it's just wild. It's like early Rebellion up through like the New Republic, and you can form the New Republic as the rebels and everything. There's I'm actually watching a YouTuber who has a Let's Play right now for one that's not released yet, but they gave him early access to be playing the mod, and it looks really good. It's a Rebellion era mod. It's really good. Fall of the Republic, and is it what's the other Clone Wars mod? There's a big Clone Wars mod that's really like coming to its own. Empire War. You want to find that mod. You can just get the mods on Steam, which is crazy. Thrawn's Revenge, Empire at War Expanded, Fall of the Republic. Okay, that's a big one. Republic at War. Awakening of the Rebellion. There's a Clone Wars mod. Oh, there's an Old Republic mod. So, victory fleets equal 12 TIE interceptors, 6 TIE bombers. Yeah. Play some RTS. You even have a PC. Oh no. Oh, it stinks. I remember having a conversation with someone. This is probably 8 years ago, and we were talking about like video games, and I was like, yeah, I really like RTS, like strategy games. Big fan of. He's like, oh yeah, me too. He's like, I really love Clash of Clans, and I was like, I have no respect for you anymore. I was like, no, I mean like an actual strategy game, not like a mobile game. Like, there aren't really any good strategy games on mobile. And I don't think, it was a younger guy, I don't think he grasped like that's like a genre of video games, and like PC gaming especially. But to be fair though, like the RTS genre and the strategy game genre is kind of in the back seat for a long time. I think it's definitely making a bit of a resurgence, but kind of a long time where it was on the decline. Well, I will say tomorrow there is an announcement stream from Creative Assembly, and they're going to be talking about Medieval 3. They're going to be talking about 40k Total War. They're going to be talking about Total War Warhammer 3. And they're going to be talking about Rome 2 Total War. Something they're doing with that. So we're going to updates on all of those games, which is good to hear. And soon, Dawn of War 4 should be coming out. They probably delayed it a little bit from what they originally thought, but that should be relatively soon. We should be hearing stuff for Dawn of War 4. Dune 2 and Command and Conquer Generation. Yeah. Command and Conquer Red Alert Retaliation on PlayStation 1 was my first RTS game. And that game changed my life. That's like core memory game for me. Was playing that. Beating the campaign in that game, and then you go straight into missions where giant ants come from like the center of the earth and start taking over the world. So you basically have a separate campaign you start playing where you're fighting against giant ants, and you're just playing the same RTS, and you're playing as, you know, the allies of the Soviets or whatever. That was great. But Command and Conquer Red Alert 2 was one of my favorite games growing up too on PC. I was like a teenager. I still own 2 separate copies of that game, and each of them have 2 discs that you could share with a friend. You could both play multiplayer together. That was a fun game. Wait, is Command and Conquer getting a new game? I didn't know that. Clicking fingers itching, yeah. They have a new game coming out? It's not Rivals, that was a mobile game, right? Oh, April 30th? No, what is that? No, that's a Tiberium thing. I don't know. Did my niece, because her brother may have eaten button batteries? Oh my goodness, okay. Hope everybody's okay. That's pretty wild. Tempest Rising is a spiritual successor. Yeah, and Tempest Rising didn't look very good, honestly. I looked at it, I watched some gameplay and stuff and didn't see. Yeah, PS1 Command and Conquer. I had Command and Conquer Red Alert Retaliation on PS1. I don't think I had any others on PS1. I did have like Warcraft 2 on PS1. But then I got a PC and I had Tiberium Sun. That was the one I think I had on PC. And then I got Red Alert 2. Those are my games. What's up, Killa Cam? How you doing? We're just chilling while paint dries, but I might be calling stream a little early. My neck is killing me today. So I've been doing too much and not icing my neck. So but we're working on Star Wars minis. Let's paint the base room on this guy. I got the basing together. And it's going to get a bunch of snow on the base. So that'll be good. And then we were painting Taun Tauns. These are generic Taun Tauns. And I have highlights to do at this point. But we're going to do dry brush. I got 2 of them. So it's pretty quick getting the base colors. I don't think the highlights will take too long. But thank you. Thanks. Yeah, it's lots of random painting and varnishing. That's the idea. I got a wheel bike done nice. I imagine those are a nightmare to assemble. I have like flashbacks of the wheeled mode droidicas that I assembled one, and then I said no. I said I'll wheel mode these things in the normal models that I have, the walking ones. I'm not swapping out miniatures just to do the wheel mode. Never got epic cutscenes in like Red Alert. Yeah, yeah. Red Alert 2 cutscenes, man, oh, so good. We were watching. What were we watching? We were watching a movie. What were we watching? I can't remember. We were watching a movie randomly like a couple months ago, my family. And there was a guy that was playing like the Secretary of State in the movie. And it was the same actor who played the president in Red Alert 2. The same guy. I recognized him from the moment I saw him. I was like, is that the guy? Like, who is the... Yeah, Red Alert 2 still... It does, yeah. Yeah, Red Alert 2 really does hold up. That game was so well made. Like, it's responsive and, like, it feels good to, like, fight in that game. And there's no, like, population cap limit in the game. And, yeah, like, blowing up buildings is really satisfying. President Dugan? Yeah, is that his name in the game? Yeah. You even painted one set of the balled up droidicas? I can't believe that's ridiculous. Yeah, one also had Jesse Ventura, right? Yeah, I think Red Alert 2 was the best. Yeah. That was also the first game where I found like online content. So there's a Red Alert 2 website. I don't even know if it's still around, but you could go on that website and people would make their own like multiplayer maps. And you could just download them. And like I found out I downloaded so many like multiplayer maps. And I'd play these crazy maps. They're a ton of fun. Just like would make like crazy scenarios and stuff. Ray Wise had a legitimate acting career. Yeah. I never owned Yuri's Revenge until I think I got it on GOG not too long ago or something. Like I got it on some website, but I never cared for Yuri's Revenge too much. I wouldn't say it tainted the game, but I was happy with the original. Although I think the game was more balanced with Yuri's Revenge because the Soviets were terrible in the first one. Like a one-on-one match, the Allied player would win like 8 times out of 10. But I think the Yuri's Revenge like added some balancing stuff. Ray Wise and How I Met Your Mother. Is he really? Prefer Soviet gameplay in Yuri's Revenge. Okay. I always liked Allies because they got jets. So that was my favorite thing to do. The jets and they got the Nighthawk helicopters and stuff. And doing like commando raids with helicopters was the coolest thing to me. They also got aircraft carriers. Yeah, I was a big fan of the Allies in that game. So now I wonder, do I have that game on GOG? Where do I own that game? I have discs. I don't have a way to read discs though. Yeah, the Yuri faction was weird. Yeah, I tried it a little bit and it wasn't my jam. Lots of you got like mind control stuff and their ore collectors are weird. They did have the cool like Hulk dudes and stuff, didn't they? Their infantry were trash. They were just like lobotomized cyborgs. They got like mind control tanks and everything. Yeah, man, that game was cool. What a great game. So weird and like so like perfect. All right, so we got that today. We got this. I'm gonna paint these guys tonight during Hangout. We are doing Patreon Hangout tonight. So that's the plan. And I'll probably be either painting minis or playing some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Splintered Fate, because that game's a blast. Yeah, Frankie Fingers, I do agree. Westwood Studios, Blizzard RTS games, the old school ones, fantastic games. Shits were deadly when masked, yeah. Cloning VATS, training conscripts nonstop, and just rally point into the enemy's base. That's the winning strategy. I remember so much about that game. Oh my gosh. What a great game. Oh, you can kind of see the print. How much time is left on this print? Let's see. What do we got? Yeah, a good 3 hours left on the print. But it's going. You got a good view of, kind of see stuff sticking to the plate. That's a good sign. Yeah, I still listen to the soundtracks from Red Alert 2. Like the old like Command and Conquer soundtracks are great. Yeah, I got the print cam going. I'll have a print going tomorrow, but tomorrow we're doing a giveaway. So I'm going to be painting. Let's see, I gotta prime this mini, but we're gonna be painting this guy, the Benefactus, and he's got a tail, which is kind of weird, but we're gonna paint the Benefactus and we're gonna give him away at the end of stream. So that's the plan. But until then, I think I'm gonna jump off today. I'm gonna go ice my neck because my neck hurts. But yeah, I'll be back on for Patreon Hangout tonight around like 8:30 or 9 or so, and then I'll be on stream at 11 tomorrow to paint this lovely Benefactus to give away to somebody. All you gotta do is come and hang out, leave a comment. If you leave a comment, I'll write your name down. I'll get you in on the giveaway. That's all you gotta do. But until then, you guys have a wonderful afternoon and a wonderful evening. Phaedros, Killer Cam, My Draw, Jaded Valkyrie, Frankie Fingers, John Lockridge. Thank you guys so much for hanging out today. And I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody.